Hi, welcome to Align with Ariana, your favorite psychic medium. I am able to go beyond the rim of life and death to connect with spirits that are sometimes nice and sometimes not so much. Now, this Tell My Story, Kenyatta Barron was the girlfriend of Ronnie O'Neal III, and they two together had two children, a girl and a little boy. Ronnie O'Neal III has now been charged and convicted with killing Kenyatta Barron and killing their daughter, also attempting to kill the 8-year-old son at the time. This killing happened March 18th, 2018. Now, the case has now been opened and the trial has already started. There has now been a conviction, and you may know Ronnie O'Neal III from this opening statement.
He showed you a fraudulent recording where they allege that I beat Kenyatta Barron to death. I ain't running from nothing. They didn't call Khalil Brown to tell you that. I did. You have to ask yourself why that is. Because I want you to know the actual facts. I did kill Kenyatta Barron. But I want you to tell it like it is if you're going to tell it.
So let's get into this Tell My Story edition. Kenyatta Barron, the 33-year-old mother, is here and ready to connect. She is describing to me how she feels like that she wished she had more time and more opportunity to get through this. She does feel like that it is sad situation, a very sad situation that this happened and occurred, because she's explaining to me that it was very possible that she was going to let her children, she was going to let the kids stay with her sister or spend the night with her sister. She's also describing that she does feel like her and the children were not supposed to be there that night, okay? So the night of March 18, 2018, the day she was killed, was the day she is saying that she was not supposed to be there. Her and her daughter and her son was not supposed to be there. She's describing to me how they would stay longer in church, okay? They would spend more time in church just to avoid having that connection with Ronnie or going home. She was very well aware of his personality. She's describing to me that he experienced multiple personalities, that he had this weird way of trying to express himself, and it will be extreme highs and extreme lows. She said she decided to stay with him or stick around because of the children. She noticed that she felt like it was very important for them to have a foundation, to have a structure, to grow up in the home with a family, with a father and a mother. And she felt like it was very important. She's saying that she did not know, she was not fully aware that this was going to be the outcome of the situation, that he was going to do this. She's very hurt. She's still very protective of her son, okay? So now she's letting me know that in this time and at this time, she's not, she's not fully willing to accept the outcome of this situation right now, because it is very hard for her. She talks about the night and she describes the night of what happened. She's saying that it did start over, the altercation did start over dinner, or something about some cooking was involved as well. So it was something that started the physical or the verbal abuse, okay? It was something that started that verbal abuse. She's saying that it stemmed around food, okay? There was a conversation that stemmed around food, what they were going to eat, okay? So it's very possible that she was going to be cooking a meal at the time that he did not like, or she had already cooked it, okay? And then this sparked up the conversation. This is where the anger had came from, okay? She's saying that there was multiple times within the household where he would make her, oh my gosh, this is very graphic. This is very graphic, okay? So enter at your own risk. She's describing to me there are multiple times that he would make her and the children eat food like they were dogs. Literally, he will put food down and make them use their mouths like they were dogs. They could not use their hands. Bless your heart. Bless your heart. Bless your heart, Kenyatta. Bless your heart. This is one of the toughest Tell My Story that I have ever done, you guys, because her emotions are very real. And she was very much brought alive in this case, revisiting for it to come back alive. She's describing to me of how he would make her and the children eat food, sometimes without forks, without silverware, and she was very well aware of the verbal and the physical abuse. She knew this. But she's saying that she did want to follow the path of God, and she did want to walk closely with the path of God. That she felt this connection to God, and she felt like she was honoring God. And she felt like she was honoring her children by staying with their father. So she decided to stay. She said she had plans to move and get the children away eventually. She talks about having or making these plans with her sisters, okay, or with her sister. She might have more than one sister, but she's talking about a sister. She's saying that she was making plans to go away, and her sister was very encouraging to her, and her sister was very supportive of her. She felt like she was binded to this situation. She felt like she could not get away. She knew and felt like she would hear stories, you guys. She would hear stories of people telling her about Ronnie. She's saying that she would hear stories about people coming to her in the streets through conversation, maybe possibly and through church or through conversation, that she's describing that Ronnie O'Neal III, her boyfriend at the time, had a history of being connected to the streets. He was connected to, associated with being some sort of pimp. And women and other people would warn her to stay away from him. Warn her. But she's describing that his control was so strong on her, and they had already had the children. So she's like, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? I have these kids. I care about them so much. I just want them to have a normal life. This was her conversation with herself before she passed away. She wanted the kids to have a normal life. And she realized that it was all not normal in the blink of an eye. I want to pull out the cards here to ask her a few questions while you guys are here with me, to connect with her and see what she just says. So, Kenyatta Barron, I ask that you speak to the cards because I really want to know, number one, a couple of things. Specifically, how you and your daughter are doing, okay? How are you doing? How you and your daughter are doing. So she is describing to me that she wished she would have used wisdom in this situation, but her and her daughter are showing up here, even in tarot, as having the fight of their life, going out and really putting down that fight, okay? Not feeling that opposition anymore. They're feeling more so, I can't even say at ease, because it's not at ease. It's more so they are happy that the boy survived, okay? She's happy that the boy survived this. She knows, oh my gosh. She knows that she is battling this situation still on a spiritual realm, okay? Her soul is not literally at rest with this. And her daughter's soul is with her. They are feeling this fight. But they are extremely glad that the youngest boy survived. They are happy that the boy survived. They are happy that he survived this. Because she knew that once she went, it was nothing or no hope for the children. She knew that he did not care for these children. She knew that. So she is saying that she is so glad that her boy survived, her son survived. But she is feeling this conflicted energy about wanting to be happy that there was a conviction, but also very unhappy that the timing of everything was not where she wanted to be. She's saying that she did not see this coming for her life. Yes, and this shows here. I was turning over the cards, you guys, to just get them organized, and this came up here. She is in so much conflict, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. She's in conflict. Okay, this is on the spiritual realm. So yes, I am connecting with her right now. She's very real. She's very present. She's showing me that she's very much in conflict. Okay, she feels very indecisive about wanting to feel joy about him, Ronnie O'Neal the third, being convicted, as well as having that truth of vindication that he was convicted. However, she is very conflicted and sad that she did not protect her children. Okay, she feels like that her children should have had a life. This is not fair. I hear her saying, this is not fair. This is not right. My children should have been able to have a life. He could have did this to me. He could have did this to me, but my children should have had life. Can't even ask her how does she feel about conviction. She feels that justice was not served. She doesn't feel that justice was served, because I'm asking, how do you feel about the conviction? How do you feel about the conviction? How do you feel about the conviction? Do you feel justice was served? And she does not feel that justice was served. She's saying that Ronnie gets to live his life. Ronnie gets to live his life. Though it's twisted, though it's the way he feels justified for this energy. She's saying he gets to live his life, but my children do not. My daughter is here with me, and my son has to bear this pain for the rest of his life. He's scarred forever. Kenyatta, is there anything you want to say to your son, to your friends, to your family, to those that love you and support you? It's been hard for her family and her friends and those who love her for the past year since this has happened. This has been a nightmare that they have been reliving over and over, and they did not imagine that it would come in this way. She's saying that justice is finally here for what they know, all the prayers, all the hoping, all the wishing that the family had did for him to be convicted of this thing has already reached a fulfillment to them. But she's saying this will not bring her back. This will not bring her back. This will not bring her daughter back. She said that my daughter was so smart. And she had so much hope for me and her dad. But she said the reason that she had to come with me is because she knew that I couldn't go by myself. She knew that I couldn't take the journey by myself, because I wouldn't make it. But we needed, oh gosh. She's saying that she felt like she lost hope in a higher form of God or spirit, because this did happen the way it happened. But she does want each and every one of her family and her friends that love her and support her to know that the time has finally come that they prayed for, that they hoped for, that they wished for, and hopefully this can carry them through. And she hopes this will help the family move on and live on forever. So I want to thank you guys for aligning with Ariana. If you would like your own personal reading, please visit www.alignwithariana. My wishes and my love go to Kenyatta Barron and her family. Also to her daughter that experienced this. And may they find healing and love through their journey of enlightenment. For more details, for more goodies, for more working your magic. Peace, love, wadu.